Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing today? This is Mazske Finance coming to you currently from the country of Panama. Not sure how much longer I'll be here, but probably for a while. Anyway, today is Sunday, January 28th in 2024. Yep, January's almost over. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of forming a good team. So while you're forming your goals on how to be financially independent, you got to work on building your team. I'm going to talk a little about that. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm Mazske Finance. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA, not an attorney. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. Nothing like that. And for you so I forget who it was now. I appreciate the comment about someone telling me to get myself checked out with my ear, because I did go to a doctor. I may have mentioned this in a different video. They did tell me I had a minor ear infection. So I am treating that now. I'm in the course of doing a treatment. So I can tell it's getting better. I'm not perfect yet, but it is getting better. Okay, so that being said, I am also doing some traveling this coming week. I'll be probably making a video from a different location. I'll tell you about it when I'm there, whenever I do make a video. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. So forming a team, what do I mean by that? I'm going to tell you two things. Well, a couple more than two things. When I was in the U.S., and I started buying real estate. When I first got into it, I had a real estate agent, but didn't have a team. And I just jumped. I just bought my first rental property because I decided to buy a rental property. I got a mortgage. I found a house, got a mortgage, bought a property. Okay? I did it. I didn't ask for help from others per se. I didn't read any books, didn't watch YouTube. I just did it. I almost failed because my first tenant was a professional tenant. And I fell for it and got taken advantage of and had to evict her. And she held on to the very last minute. When the deputies came out, they knew her, addressed her by name. And I can tell you stories about that, something that happened. But anyway, I won't on this one. But then I learned as time went on to form a team. I had real estate agents I would use at different locations. I got a lawyer. I had lawyers I would use. I formulated legal entities to protect myself, LLCs and trusts and such. I have a CPA and such. I have contractors. Especially when I was self-managing, I found my own contractors. It took me a while to find the right ones, but I found them. And I built my own team. Okay, what I'm leading this to is now I'm living in the country of Panama. In recent weeks, I have been into a building that was apartments, and the apartments were big. They were each floor of the building. It was, I don't know, 10 floors high, 12 floors high. Each floor was one apartment. So the one I was in was something like a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom apartment. It had a large balcony on one side, ocean view. You could be out on that balcony. The backside had a balcony, but that was like parking lot and city view. Small city that I'm in. Okay? But it was just a nice place. And it was empty, but it was furnished. The owner is wealthy. He lives in a nicer location. And from what I know, that place just basically stays empty. Okay? I'm not going to buy that one, but I'm just saying, well, you never know. You never know. But I'm just saying that. I was also at a buddy's place the other day. Shout out Tim. I appreciate that. Tim and I are friends. We met back last summer here in Panama. He's an American, just like I am. And I was at the complex he lives in, and it's a nice place. There's a couple of units there for sale. I have formulated a little investigatory team to start checking some stuff out there. Again, I don't know if I'm going to buy there or not. Okay, it's just something I'm thinking about. Something else I'm thinking about is doing in Panama what I did in the United States. I've talked on my channel how I went from 0 rentals to 25 rentals in 4 years. Okay? There was nothing complicated about how I did it. I didn't plan this out before I got started, but it worked out that way. Okay? So here in Panama, I'm wondering, can I do not the exact same thing, but could I build up a little, in quotes, empire? Could I get 5 or 10 rental units here in Panama? I don't think I'll get 25, but could I get several? Could I get 2? Could I get 3? I don't know. Could I get my first one? We'll see. So anyway, I have been in touch with my real estate agent. She is licensed to buy and sell real estate all over Panama. Panama's not a gigantic country, but if you drive it from Panama City up to Cherokee, you're looking at 7 hours, 8 hours, all depends. That's on a good day. If you get stuck in traffic somewhere, it can get longer. Okay, and there's lots of places in between. There's a peninsula that sticks out. There's big cities, little towns, mountain towns, quaint little towns, cute towns, beach towns. There's condos, there's apartment complexes, there's single family homes. There's a wide variety. I've also reached out to my attorney. My attorney can practice law throughout Panama. It's husband-wife team. She's the attorney. And I've heard in Panama what they recommend is that if you buy a home to live in or as an investment, you almost always want to buy it in a corporation or a trust. There's two reasons for this. One, by doing that, you can't be sued. You're protected. You can't in Panama. You just can't. You buy into that, you can't be sued as an individual. Number two is if somebody dies. If I was the owner and I died, if it's in my name and I die, it goes to probate, just like in the U.S. it goes probate. However, Panama is slow. Their court system's slow. I've been told by legitimate sources it can take upwards of 5 years. And if you have a property and belongings in probate and it takes 5 years and maybe the surviving spouse needs to sell it to get money, but it takes 5 years, that can pose a problem. But if you have it in a corporation or a trust, there is no probate. I die, my spouse automatically takes over, okay, or my kids take over, whatever it may be. There is no probate, okay? So I have my real estate agent. I have my attorney. That's a good start. I also know from living in this rental, I have phone numbers in my phone right there for somebody to work on air conditioning. Remember my air conditioning in this building. I got this in this casita. I have his number. He's an AC guy for this area. I have another guy who installed a solar light on a pole outside out there. Real nice guy. I have his number, his name. He can do a variety of odd jobs and electrical jobs and other jobs. I have a guy, oh man, there's a big old iguana right there sitting over my pool deck. Let me see if I can you see him? There's a palm branch there. I might have to go out and scare him off. All right, I don't want him getting in my pool. All right, so I'll be real quick here. I'm gonna keep my eye on him. My plumber can do a variety of jobs also. He's a licensed plumber, but he can do a variety of jobs also. So it's good to have. Give me just 30 seconds here, 30 seconds. All right, I'm coming back. Sorry about that. I had to scare that little guy off. I didn't want him swimming in my pool. All right, where was I? So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I am thinking about the possibility of doing what I just said here in Panama. If I do this, and if I'm successful, I will. And if I'm not successful, I'll share it with you. In a nutshell, something I'm thinking about doing, somebody watch this may decide to come to Panama themselves, and you may want to do something similar, okay? If you do, I'll try to help you if I can. All right, but something I'm thinking about doing is getting a beach condo. There's a variety of condos here. There's apartments, like the apartment I was in yesterday. It was in right on, it's right on the water. It's overlooking the water. The apartment I was in, out on the balcony, it's a beautiful view, looking out over the ocean. There's probably 5 swimming pools there because you got some kiddie pools. You got a beach down there. You got a restaurant down there, and you got security to go through to get into the complex. It's security. I was told there was somebody came to the security one time, and I'm not sure if they were on foot or how they were, but the security guard said, "You can't come through. You're not authorized." And he said, "I am coming through." And he proceeded to try to go through the gate. He must have been on foot, unless the gate was up maybe. And I was told the security guard tackled him, called police, because that's trespassing, okay? So in the United States, a security guard won't normally tackle somebody. In the United States, somebody pull a gun out and shoot him. That's how the U.S. is probably. They don't do that here in Panama, per se. Okay? But anyway, I may buy some sort of beach condo. I may try to go. I stayed at a beach condo a year ago. I was Airbnb on a visit here in Panama. And at that time, those condos were pretty nice. And they were cheaper than some of the other condos I've heard about. Just a little bit cheaper. They're on the beach. I don't necessarily want to live in that building, but I could live there. I have stayed there. It's not bad. That iguana's back. I'm going to have to go back out and wrap this up in just a minute. So anyway, then we got that idea, the condo on the beach. I could buy a second condo on a beach in a different location. And when I say the area I'm in, it covers a pretty wide area. There's a variety, there's lots of beaches, there's a variety of beaches. I like the idea, this would be more expensive, but buying something down in Panama City. They got towers down in Panama City. People need to stay there and rent there and live there. Towers down there. There's quaint towns where they have, just swam across with my pool and climbed out the other side. Little booger. So there's quaint towns where I could buy a single family home. There's always somebody that needs to rent. There's mountain towns. There's the province of Chiriquí up near Costa Rica. A lot of people rent up there. Maybe I buy up there. As I said, real estate agent, lawyer, they can practice all throughout the country. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an investor. I did it in the U.S. I've owned real estate in a total of 5 states. I now own real estate in 4 states. Okay. Could I start buying real estate in a foreign country? And if I'm successful here, I talked to someone else recently. And what about if I start branching out to other countries? What if I could buy something in Spain, or in Italy, or in Bangkok, or in Japan, or wherever? I mean, I'm not saying I will, but the world is a big place. We're citizens of the world. It's a big place. People buy and own successfully real estate all over the world. There's different laws in every country. There's different laws here in Panama. I do not believe I can get a mortgage here in Panama currently. If I start getting some rental property, perhaps I can, because now I got some income. I don't work. If I don't work in Panama, I can't get a mortgage. My wife doesn't work. She can't get a mortgage. If we get rental income, I don't know. That might change the nature of the game. But mortgages in Panama are not like mortgages in the United States. They're not as good. The U.S. has better mortgages than almost every country in the world, as far as I know. Okay? So, but there is seller financing here. It's just like in the U.S. You have to talk to people, and they have to be willing, and you can explain the pros and the cons to seller financing. I do plan to talk to my real estate agent. I told her this, that there are a number of different ways to do seller financing. Not infinite, but there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I want her to know more ideas because she will be my negotiator. And she can sell the idea to the seller and propose, figure out what the seller needs. Do they need that lump sum of cash? Do they need to minimize their taxes and they would like the monthly cash flow of a mortgage payment without the responsibility of all the repairs or managing tenants and that sort of thing? You can make it win-win for both the buyer and the seller, but you got to know what the seller needs, what their wants are, how can you help them? And there's just different ways to do it. Maybe I can do something that's interest only for the first 12 months, so I'm not paying as much money out of my pocket. And then after a year, I pay a lump sum, or I pay a larger monthly payment, whatever it may be. It's between me and the seller and the real estate agent in the middle. Same for you in the U.S. or wherever you are. You can negotiate. As long as it's legal, you can do whatever you want to formulate a deal. Use your imagination. Be creative. Just real quick, and I'll wrap this up because that iguana is gone. Up in Gary, Indiana, when I was trying to buy seller financing, the guy selling the property told me he would not do 30-year mortgages because he was old and he did not want to wait 30 years to get all of his money. Okay, I understood that. I didn't know what I was going to do or what I was going to propose, but I said, let me think on it and I'll get back to you. I got back in touch with him. I talked to him on the phone and I said, I got an idea. Hear me out and let me know what you think. And I explained to him, I said, I need the cash flow of a 30-year mortgage. I understand you don't want to do a 30-year mortgage. I understand that, but I need the cash flow. So what if we did this? What if we have 30-year amortization, like a 30-year mortgage? So my monthly payment's smaller, so I get the cash flow. But at the 15-year mark, he wanted to do 15-year mortgages. At the 15-year mark, I have a balloon payment due for whatever is due. And as well, there's no prepayment penalty. No, none of this like, if you sell it in the first year, second year, third year, you got a penalty, nothing like that. All I got to do is pay my monthly payment. I can pay extra whenever I want to. And I can refinance if I want to. I can sell a house if I want to. I can pay one off if I want to. But if I still owe them at the 15-year mark, I have to pay the balance, whatever I owe at that time. Or I could lose the properties, okay? So I'm not going to lose the properties. If I was at the 13-year mark and I was struggling financially and I knew I might lose it, well, by golly, I'd start selling some to pay the others off, something like that. So, but use your mind, be creative. There's a variety. You know what the seller wants. Get creative and figure it out and propose something. Doesn't mean he or she will go for it, but you propose it and see what happens. Just throw it out there. See what happens. So you got any ideas for me? Throw it out to me. You don't know. Maybe you and I will team up sometime. You just don't know. We got to keep those iguanas out of the pool. I don't want to swim with iguanas. But anyway, I'm not swimming until my ear gets fully healed up. Doing a little traveling though, so I might be up in the mountains somewhere. Might be cooler. I might sit in a hot tub. But I doubt I'll get in the pool. Not until I'm fully healed up there. All right, I'm going to sign out. That iguana's over in those bushes over there, but I'll probably leave them alone. Have a great day. Do start investing. Keep loving life. Take care of yourself. Take care of those you care about. And with that being said, Maskies signing out.